There's a crack in the wall where the light comes through, and I wanna see it all.
Hello tankers! Recently the game developers have done a lot of work on Hornet Scout Radar, and based on the mechanics of this overdrive, several new augments for turrets and hulls have been created. In this video, the Content Helpers team provides you with a detailed overview of these new augments. We hope you enjoy the video.
And I ain't gonna come with a guard at the door, so let's uncover me. And
Let's start with a new augment for hulls called Armor Piercing Immunity. As strange as it may sound, this augment protects against the Armor Piercing status effect. Any tank with this augment won't lose its armor gained from modules, supplies, and other sources after the Armor Piercing status effect is applied. Next up, we'll be taking a look at the new turret augments, so let's start with Freeze. For Freeze, the new augment is called Toxic Mix. The cooling agent is swapped with a toxic mixture. The damage is decreased, but an opponent affected by the mix cannot use armor for some time. Hammer's new augment is called Armor Piercing Shot. The last shot in the clip disables the armor of any tank which was hit. After reloading the clip, you can easily destroy defenseless opponents, because their protection will not be available in time. Ricochet now has the awesome Super Smart Minus Field augment. Shots that ricochet and hit opponents off of any surface completely disable an enemy's armor. So with this augment, you will need to play this turret wisely and position yourself correctly in the map in order to make good use of this augment. Smokey has been blessed with the Armor Piercing Rounds augment. Common rounds are now replaced with armor piercing ones. The critical damage is decreased, but an opponent becomes armorless against the next shots. Be careful, because only the critical hits have this effect on the enemy. Railgun's new augment is called Super Armor Piercing Rounds. Each projectile destroys the enemy's armor for a short amount of time, which gives you enough time to then hit the enemy with the second shot. Don't forget that the maximum and minimum damage is also reduced. Next on the list is Magnum. There are actually two new augments for this turret, so let's check them both out. Firstly, the Armor Piercing Core augment. A direct hit destroys the target's armor, but doesn't affect other targets in the splash damage radius. The second augment is called Harpoon. This augment changes Magnum's shot angle to 3%, changing Magnum from an artillery launcher to be like any other turret. The splash damage is also decreased. Gauss was given the Armor Piercing Salvo augment. Locking onto an enemy and hitting them with this shot will destroy the target's armor. However, this doesn't affect other enemies in the splash damage radius. The final turret for today is Shaft, and its new augment, Armor Piercing Sight. This special sight allows you to remove a target's armor with any sniper mode shot. This makes the next shot on the enemy potentially fatal. And of course, we cannot forget about the adjustments made to Hornet's overdrive. The radar abilities have not been changed, but now instead of ignoring the opponent's armor, the Armor Piercing status effect is applied to all visible targets at the time of activation. The ability to penetrate armor can also be used by allies. Combine the capabilities of a fast and maneuverable hull with its reworked overdrive and new augments. Experiment with weapons, discover new tactical opportunities, and organize daring amphibious operations. That's all for today guys, we hope you found the video useful. See you on the battlefield.